Hey there, Jack. Good afternoon. At this point, I wanted to say good morning while I was making you this video, but I got in here and my gosh, it was crazy. We had people lined up at the door when we opened. So I'm just now getting an opportunity to kind of make you a video here of the MX-5. This again is a 2019 Club. It was owned by a good friend and customer of mine, William Lichtenfeld, as we kind of discussed last night. So this is going to be the machine gray in color, so it is a special tri-coat for Mazda that almost has like a chromatic appearance. Now, speaking of appearance, this does have the appearance kit. So you'll notice that the wheels, you get your dark cast wheels, you get a little bit of a front lip wind splitter that is also a gloss black to match. And then walking around, you'll see that you have the gloss back spoiler, as well as the gloss back spoiler up here and your colored roof. So kind of running through a couple things, the condition is flawless, and as of course the mileage would reflect, Bill gets all of his vehicles ceramic coated, so this vehicle did have a $2,000 option of ceramic coating, and then you will see that he added the optional mud flaps. Though small, they are kind of nice just to keep things from kicking up dust. It is pretty low to the ground. Now, you'll notice these little buttons here on the door handles. It just means that I can use this too. You might have heard it beep, and beep, basically it'll read that I have the key in my pocket and lock and unlock the car. You'll even see that your mirror caps are blacked out also. Now, your headlights up in the front are full LED, so they're going to be a very, very bright, piercing blue light, and then that little fog light down there is actually 8 LED lights that go in a diagonal for your daytime running light. Now, Mazda, they are very proud because they're one of the only manufacturers that actually include driver assistance technology on manual transmissions. So this vehicle is going to have blind spot, little indicators that light up in the side mirror to let you know if someone's kind of traveling in your blind spot, and will even beep at you if you signal to go over and someone's there. And then the bigger one for me, you're going to see that camera up on top of the windshield. Always looking down the road for obstacles, pedestrians. If it ever senses that you're about to crash into something, it's going to immediately start warning you, and it will automatically stop the car for you. Mazda is kind of more focused on, okay, if I slam on the brakes and avoid the crash, so what? The engine stalls. It's much better to restart your engine than it is to get a body estimate. Now, kind of going along to the side, you'll see again the condition is immaculate. There's no dents, dings, scuffs, scrapes. There's not even a fine scratch or swirl mark on here, mainly due to those coatings. You'll have wraparound LED lights, and then you'll also see that you have your dual exhaust pipe. Kind of right there is where they mounted the backup camera. Now, interior-wise, with it being the Club, we did discuss that yesterday it had the cloth seats. So you'll see that you have all of the red stitching through not only the seating, but along the door panel, and the top of which is going to be machine gray. And then we'll also added the side extension plate, so you'll see you kind of have a bright chromework MX-5. Now, dash design is going to be very Audi style, is what Mazda's kind of going for. Clean horizontal, your 7-inch screen is up front and center, all of which is controlled on sort of a rotary dial right there, much like BMW's iDrive system. Now, one thing you might notice is actually, I'm going to have to start it up to get the top down to show you a little bit better. Push button start. And you'll kind of hear that nice throaty, very sort of typical exhaust sound of your MX-5s. Verifying mileage, 6,191 original miles. You'll see things for climate. You'll have the heated seats and such. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in the vehicle. Now, this is going to be for your top release, and I'm going to go ahead and try to flip my iPad around so I can catch it. So you'll see the back of the car lifts up. Now, the roof is actually going to lift up. It's going to tuck down in the car, and then the back is going to come back on and latch. And you'll see it gives me a little operation complete there up in my gauge cluster. So now what I'm going to do is just roll down these windows so that way we can get a view with the top down. So you are going to see they really went sort of Porsche 911 with this Targa style, to where you kind of have the Targa leading up as well as the black that kind of stays on the back. And then you'll see you have a full open kind of convertible top right through here. Nicer is this actually reinforces it, so this got better side test ratings. Same thing with interior. You'll kind of see this is just a view from the passenger side. Again, very BMW-like. But the big thing is you might see this little emblem right here that says Bose, and that is because this headrest is a speaker. So they were able to pack in 8 Bose speakers into the cabin, and 2 of which are actually right where your ears are. And when you put the top down, it'll activate something called center point to where all of the sound system from the speakers are basically concentrated where your ears are, so right behind your head. Now what I'm going to do here is just a few quick things. I did mention Lichtenfeld added the navigation system, so if I click nav, you are going to see it's going to pull up the map there up on the screen for me. Now if I put my foot down on the clutch over and up, you'll see reverse, you always have your backup camera. And then just to show you closing that top, I'm going to try to flip my iPad again. Back lifts off. You're going to see now the top comes out of the trunk. It will automatically latch itself in place and give me a little beep that the operation is completed. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off here. Now the vehicle is certified, so something to bear in mind with the certification, it'll also help if I rolled up those windows now, wouldn't it? Is you are going to have 1.5 years of bumper-to-bumper warranty. Actually, no, excuse me. 2.5 years of bumper-to-bumper warranty, as well as 5.5 years on your powertrain warranty. Oh, but looks like I got to replace the key battery soon. Actually, go ahead and get to that here in a second. And then tires, brakes, and rotors, which are wearable items, must be 50% remaining life or better to pass certification. Luckily, you're going to be well above that with only 6,100 miles. But hopefully this video kind of helps go over a few things for you. I'm going to go ahead and lock the key back up on its little box there. Luckily, these are probably the best option the dealership has ever had, so every key is attached to the car. Perfect. But I appreciate it. I'm going to send this on over to your email as we discussed, and certainly look forward to hearing back, and hopefully you're having a great weekend.